Vietnam is a country that never stops moving. From the moment you arrive, you're surrounded by the sound of scooters, the smelling of sizzling street food, and the energy of millions of people living life out in the open. The streets are chaotic, colorful, and alive, but somehow, everything moves in perfect rhythm. Stretching from the mountains in the north to the tropical beaches in the south, Vietnam is filled with incredible contrasts. One day you can be wandering through crowded city streets lined with cafes and markets, and the next you can find yourself surrounded by quiet rice fields, limestone mountains, or peaceful fishing villages. Every place feels completely different, yet connected by the same warmth and culture. Coffee is a part of everyday life here. Tiny cafes sit on almost every corner, filled with locals slowly enjoying strong Vietnamese coffee while the world rushes by around them. Whether it's a traditional Café Sữa Đá, a famous egg coffee in Hanoi, or a hidden rooftop cafe overlooking the city, coffee in Vietnam is more than just a drink, it's an experience. And then there's the food, fresh, flavorful, and cooked right in front of you on the streets. Vietnamese food is something people travel across the world to experience. From steaming bowls of pho in the early morning to late night banh mi and grilled seafood markets, every meal tells a story about the country's culture and history. But what truly makes Vietnam unforgettable is the feeling of being here. It's the kindness of strangers, the hidden alleys, the endless adventure, and the moment you never planned for. Vietnam has a way of surprising you when you least expect it. This isn't just a destination you visit for a few days. It's a place that stays with you long after you leave. So welcome to Vietnam.
Well, here we are. We're already in Vietnam. We already got the baggage and everything. I don't know if you can see that. Just waiting for Jessie to fix her ID. I don't know what's happening. I think it's expired. Just waiting on that. Overall, I think Vietnam is a good place. It's not as hot in the Philippines as I thought it would be. Because the last time when I went to the Philippines, even right when you exit the airplane, you would feel the humidity, the heat, and everything. But Vietnam's not too bad, so I'm looking forward for it. More adventures. We'll see what's gonna happen.
One thing I noticed about Vietnam is that the main transportation here are scooters and motorcycles. You can barely see any cars on the road, and the traffic has its own thing. I like to describe it as an organized chaos where every scooters are everywhere but no one gets crashed or hit something, which is quite impressive when I first experienced it. Coffee shop here in Vietnam is very aesthetic. I noticed that in Vietnam they really put so much effort on their coffee shop to try to make it as aesthetic as possible. We ordered mango matcha, passion fruit juice, and tiramisu cake. All this cost us around $8. The tiramisu cake tastes so much better compared to the West tiramisu cake as the flavors are balanced. Not too sweet and not too bland. The mango matcha as well is very good. It's sweet and you can really taste the flavor of matcha when you drink it. Overall, this coffee shop is 8 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, since Vietnam is very hot, I find myself craving for a bubble tea. So we went to one of my favorite bubble tea shops, which is Gong Cha. I try not to be adventurous when I order my bubble tea, so I just ordered the similar drink that I always get when I'm here in Vietnam, mango matcha. The total price for these two drinks roughly about $4 to $6. Today we're shopping for clothes here in Hanoi, and honestly this city is amazing for fashion if you're trying to find good deals. Right now we're walking through the old quarter area and there are literally clothing shops everywhere. Streetwear, vintage stores, local brands, markets, sneakers, and everything. So let's talk prices because that's probably the craziest part. Basic oversized t-shirts here can be around 100,000 to 250,000 Vietnamese dong, which is only about 5 to 12 Canadian dollars. Cargo pants and jeans are usually around 300,000 to 600,000 dong, and hoodies can go from 400,000 to 800,000 depending on the quality. One thing I noticed in Hanoi is that there are a ton of cool local fashion brands. Some of these shops honestly look like stores you'd see in Tokyo or Seoul, but the prices are way more affordable. And if you want higher end shopping, there's places like Vincom Center where you can find international brands in nicer stores. But obviously the prices there are more expensive and closer to Western prices. The best part about shopping in Hanoi is that you can actually build full outfits for pretty cheap. Like honestly, the price of one hoodie in Canada could probably get you multiple pieces here. This museum focuses a lot on Vietnam's war and the country's struggle through different periods of conflict, including the war between North and South Vietnam, which many people outside Vietnam call the Vietnam War. As soon as you walk in, you'll see massive military vehicles, tanks, fighter planes, helicopters, and old weapons displayed outside. It honestly feels surreal seeing these pieces of history up close instead of just reading about them online or in textbooks. Inside the museum, there are exhibits showing photographs, documents, uniforms, and stories from the war. The perspective here is really interesting because you're here hearing the story from the Vietnamese side, especially from the North Vietnam's point of view. The war lasted for years and had a huge impact on the country. North Vietnam, supported mainly by the communist allies like the Soviet Union and China, fought against South Vietnam, which was supported by United States and other anti-communist countries. Walking through the museum, you can really feel how deeply this period shaped Vietnam. Some exhibits are emotional because they show the destruction, sacrifices, and the impact the war had on families and civilians. One thing I noticed is that museums in Vietnam don't just focus on military equipment, they also focus heavily on national independence and resilience. You can tell this history is still very important to the country's identity today. And honestly, even if you don't know much about the war before coming here, visiting a place like this gives you a completely different understanding compared to learning about it only from movies or Western media. The museum itself is really affordable to visit, which makes it a great stop if you're exploring Hanoi and want to understand more about Vietnam's history. The second you walk into this area, you can feel the energy immediately. There's music everywhere, people taking photos, street performers, couples walking around, kids playing, and cafes packed with people hanging out. One thing I noticed about is how modern everything feels compared to some of the older parts of the city. You've got luxury hotels, high-rise buildings, rooftop bars, shopping centers, then thousands of people just chilling in the middle of the street. Right behind me, you can see the famous Ho Chi Minh City Hall, and at night it looks even crazier with all the lights on. This whole area honestly feels like the heart of District 1 nightlife. Start the day by heading to the beach, where the peaceful ocean views, warm weather, and relaxing atmosphere instantly makes you slow down and enjoy the moment. Whether it's walking along the shoreline, drinking fresh coconut water, or enjoying seafood by the coast, Vietnam's beaches have such a calm and refreshing vibe that feels completely different from the busy city life. After the beach, we explore some of Vietnam's beautiful cathedrals, filled with incredible architecture, stained glass windows, and peaceful atmosphere that feels almost timeless. The mix of French-inspired design and Vietnamese culture creates such a unique experience, and it's amazing to see these historic places standing quietly in the middle of crowded streets and non-stop scooter traffic. We also dive into the heart of local life by visiting one of Vietnam's famous wet markets. This was honestly one of the most exciting parts of the vlog. The markets are full of color, noise, movement, and energy. From fresh seafood and tropical fruits to street food being cooked right in front of you, every corner feels alive, and it's one of the best ways to experience authentic Vietnamese culture up close. Family dinner time. In Vietnam, sharing a meal is more than just eating food. It's a daily tradition that brings everyone together after a long day. From grandparents and parents to children gathered around the same table, dinner is a moment filled with conversation, laughter, stories, and connection. We get a closer look at how Vietnamese families prepare and enjoy dinner together. From homemade dishes and fresh ingredients bought at local markets to the warm atmosphere inside the home, you'll see steaming bowls of rice, fresh vegetables, seafood, soup, and traditional family-style dishes shared by everyone at the table. The experience feels simple, but it carries so much meaning and love. What makes a family dinner in Vietnam so special is the sense of togetherness. No matter how busy life gets, eating together remains an important part of everyday life and culture. It's a time to slow down, check in with each other, and enjoy food made with care. The energy around the table feels warm, genuine, and deeply connected to Vietnamese traditions. Family dinner in Vietnam is a beautiful reminder that sometimes the most meaningful travel experience come from sharing simple moments with people and food. From the very first class, you can feel how tight-knit the community is. Coaches, beginners, and experienced grapplers all share the same space with mutual respect and encouragement. Everyone helps each other improve, whether it's correcting a technique, pushing through a tough round, or just sharing a laugh after sparring. There's a strong sense of humility and support that makes training feel less like competition and more like growth together. What makes jiu-jitsu scene in Vietnam so special is how international it is. You'll find locals training alongside travelers and expats from all over the world, all united by the same passion for jiu-jitsu. Language barriers disappear on the mats, respect, effort, and technique becomes the universal language. Outside the gym, the community continues to grow stronger. After training, it's common to grab street food, sit together at local cafes, or explore the city as a team. These moments off the mats build real friendships and make the experience even more meaningful. Explore the vibrant coastal city of Da Nang, filled with unforgettable experiences from a relaxing stay in a stunning beachfront hotel to exciting hands-on archery, lively night markets, and unique ring customization. I started the journey with a comfortable hotel stay overlooking the ocean and city skyline, where modern luxury meets breathtaking views. Then step into something completely different with an archery experience, testing focus and precision in a fun, interactive setting. Archery in Da Nang offers a calm and focused escape from the city's energy. Step onto the range, take a breath, and learn the art of precision and control. With every shot, it's about patience, focus, and technique. A surprisingly peaceful experience that challenges both body and mind. As night falls, Da Nang's night market come alive with glowing lights, sizzling street food, and endless rows of local vendors. The air is filled with smell of grilled skewers, fresh seafood, and sweet desserts, while shoppers explore handmade crafts, clothing, and souvenirs. It's a vibrant mix of chaos and culture, where every corner offers something new to taste, see, or discover. Together, these two experiences show the balance of Da Nang, one full of energy, flavor, and movement, and the other calm, focused, and skill-paced. Experience the unique V.soul ring customization in Da Nang, a creative, meaningful journey where jewelry becomes a personal expression of your story. At V.soul, you don't just pick a ring, you design it. From selecting the metal and style to choosing engravings and finishing details. Every step is hands-on and guided by skilled artisans who help bring your vision to life. It's a calm, thoughtful process that turns a simple accessory into something deeply personal. What makes the experience special is the emotional connection behind it. Whether it's a travel memory, a symbol of love, friendship, or self-growth, the ring is crafted to carry meaning beyond its design. Watching it take shape from a raw material to polished piece adds a sense of appreciation and attachment you can't get from a store-bought item. Set in the heart of Da Nang, this experience blends modern craftsmen with local creativity, making it more than just jewelry making. It becomes a lasting memory from your time in Vietnam. A koi fish cafe in Hanoi offers a calm escape from the city's busy energy, blending coffee culture with nature and Japanese-inspired design. These cafes are usually built around large koi ponds where colorful fish glide beneath wooden bridges, stone walkways, and garden setting areas. Many feature bamboo, hanging plants, and soft ambient music that creates a peaceful, almost meditative atmosphere. The design often draws inspiration from the East Asian legend of the carp transforming into a dragon after swimming upstream, symbolizing perseverance and good fortune. In some cafes, the koi ponds are part of a larger eco-friendly aquaponic system where water from the fish tanks help nourish rooftop gardens and indoor plants. What makes these cafes special is the sensory experience, the sound of flowing water, the movement of the fish beneath your feet, the scent of coffee mixed with greenery, and the contrast between Hanoi's hectic streets and the tranquil interior. Guests often come not only for drinks but also to relax, take photos, feed the fish, or spend quiet time with friends. Most koi cafes serve Vietnamese coffee, teas, smoothies, and light meals in a cozy garden-style setting. They're especially popular with couples, families, and travelers looking for something more unique than a standard cafe. After traveling through Vietnam and experiencing its beaches, cathedrals, markets, and everyday life, what stays with you isn't just the place, it's the feeling. There's something quietly emotional about this country. The way the ocean meets the shore in complete stillness at sunrise. The way old cathedrals stand in silence, holding years of stories inside their walls. The way wet markets come alive before the world fully wakes up, full of voices, colors, and movement that somehow feels like the rhythm instead of chaos. But beyond all that, it's the people. It's the small moments that leave the deepest impression. A smile from a vendor, shared laughter over the street food, the calm of the sitting in a cafe while life moves around you. These are the moments that you don't feel big at the time, but stay in your memory long after you've left. Vietnam isn't just a destination you check off the list, it's a feeling that settles quietly in your heart. Warm, human, and real. And even after the journey ends, a part of you doesn't really leave, it stays there. The sound of the waves, the glow of the streets, and the softness of everyday life. Thank you guys for watching my vlog. If you like this vlog, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below of which part of the video you like. Or if you've ever been to Vietnam, let me know in the comments below where you've been and where you've traveled there. Let me know your experience. Thank you guys so much for pushing over to 300 subscribers with 175,000 watch hours. And I can't stress it enough. Thank you so much for all those guys that stayed. And I know I took a long break before, and I promise I won't be doing that again. I'll be posting more videos. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you again. Peace.